Hey guys, welcome back to your own channel. How are you? I hope you are doing fabulous. Let's start today's chapter. Bholi, written by K.A. Abbas. Who is K.A. Abbas? K.A. Abbas used to be a writer, journalist, film director at the same time. He was awarded with Padma Shri. Now let's talk about Bholi, his work. Bholi is a very simple girl, very immature girl. Her real name is Sulekha. She is very simpleton. Simpleton means credulous. Simpleton means one who believes in everything, does not have any logic, does not have any scientific research. Simpleton means one who believes in everything. Okay, when Bholi was 10 months old, she fell down her cot. Just assume this is the child, sleeping child, and this is the cot. This is the cot, and from this cot, actually cot means the bed that is specified for sleeping purpose of the babies. So she fell down the cot on the floor. Okay, it is said that because of falling down the cot, she was hurt. That means her brain was affected due to this. When Bholi turned 2-year-old girl, she started suffering from chicken pox. Due to this disease, her face got disfigured. That means this is the face and there are many scars all around, all over her body. So this incident happened when she was 2 years, and she also fell down before. It was when she was 10 months. Now she could not able to speak till she turned 5-year-old girl. That means she became a 5-year-old girl. She could not able to speak properly. Okay, 5-year-old girl. So these three incidents happen. When she was 7-year-old, at that point of time, Ramlal, who is a revenue official, when she was 7-year-old, she was admitted to a school. How it happened? Ramlal, this man, Bholi's father, is actually a revenue official. When Tehsildar was invited as a chief guest in order to inaugurate the school, the primary school, at that point of time, this man, Ramlal, the revenue official, was also present there at the time of inauguration of primary school in the village where Bholi along with her all family members lived. Fine. So when Tehsildar asked Bholi's father Ramlal to admit Bholi to the primary school for education purpose, at that time Ramlal could not able to say no. He had to get Bholi admitted to the school. Now it was the time when Bholi was a 7-year-old girl. It was the time when Bholi was 7-year-old girl. As a matter of fact, I let you know something about Ramlal. Ramlal has 7 children. 7 children. So there are 3 sons and 4 daughters. Okay, and Bholi is the youngest daughter. So she was very tender, very polite. She used to not speak a lot. She used to be very dumb all the time. Fine. When Bholi started going to school on a regular basis, there she met a teacher. There she met a teacher. When Bholi started taking preparation for going out to school, before going to the school, her mother used to oil her hair very well. She was also given a good bath in order to smell well, and also she was given the uniform very well. Before this time, it just goes to show that Bholi was always avoided. All the good treatment was fully not meant for her. It was the first time when good treatment, good care were showed. Okay. Now, when we talk about Bholi's, when she started going to the school, there she met a teacher. What's the name of the teacher? It is not given. When the teacher asked her name at the very beginning, she could not able to say. Why? Because she used to be a dumb girl. She could not able to utter her own name. So imagine how the catastrophic situation of hers. Even she cannot able to pronounce her name. Then the teacher gave some of the pictures of the animals. Downside, there were their names written, just like this. There is a cat, there is a parrot. So here it is written cat, here is written parrot, like this. There are some animals, there are the pictures of some animals and their names were written in this way. Fine. Now, then Bholi started reading and learning all the names and the pictures of the animals. She even could relate the picture of cow with her own domestic pet, Lakshmi. That means she had a pet cow who used to be milked. Later on, Lakshmi was sold. Even before coming to the school, Bholi used to think that she would be sold. She would be no longer back to her home, as her cow Lakshmi is no longer coming back home. Actually, the cow is sold. So there was an apprehension before going to the school. Now, her teacher used to teach all the lessons very well. Over the time, the teacher again asked to tell her name, and she was able to tell her name after getting stammered. Ultimately, she could pronounce her name very well. Fine. After a long period of time, Bholi has now grown up. Now the village has turned into a town, and the school, the primary school, then now it has been turned into a high school. This is the time when Bholi's family got a good marriage offer from Bishambar. So fourth here. So now Bishambar. Bishambar is a middle-aged person. Approximately he is aged 40 or 45. Just like the same age of Ramlal. Ramlal is actually the name of Bholi's father. But then Bholi's family, Bholi's parents were agreed to the proposal. In fact, Ramlal's 3 daughters were married well because they were like normal ordinary people. They did not have any kind of deficiency. As we can see in the case of Bholi, Bholi is not well. She cannot able to speak. She does have scars on her face, and she also could not able to speak till she turned 5-year-old. Now Bishambar does not know all these deficiencies of Bholi. it is in Indian culture, when the groom is going to marry a bride, both of them do not see each other faces. They see each other faces when their marriage takes place. So that's how this is the situation. They did not see each other's faces before. So at the time of marriage, Bishambar somehow took a glimpse of Bholi. Bholi's all scarred face could be seen. So at that point of time, Bishambar asked for 5,000 rupees. It was Ramlal who could not able to afford it at the first time. He even put down his own turban the feet of Bishambar. Bishambar did not satisfy. Bishambar insisted on asking for depositing the money of 5,000. Then only he would be having his marriage done. Otherwise there is no scope. Then ultimately at last Ramlal surrendered himself. He paid 5,000 rupees. He offered 5,000 rupees to Bishambar. Now, when at the last time, then what happened? When the garlands were getting exchanged, during that phase of time, then very surprisingly, Bholi did throw away Bishambar's garland into the burning fire. Can you imagine? No one could able to understand what the situation was taking place, because she was a dumb girl and such a courageous act she could act, no one could ever imagine. Now each and everyone started cursing. All the guests were invited there. They were standing there. At the same point of time, this Bholi's teacher was also standing among the guests. This is the heartbreaking time for Bholi's parents and her family. Bholi assured at that phase of time that she would be looking after her parents very carefully, and she would also teach the school where she had been herself taught. And in order to confirm this very thought from her own teacher who was standing among the guests, she asked, "Isn't it, ma'am?" That means she wanted to ask her ma'am, "Ma'am, what I said, will I do so?" Like that. Her ma'am was also felt very proud of a student like her, like Bholi. The teacher felt as if she crafted a masterpiece of art, and when she was satisfied after having it made, that feeling that teacher was feeling. So it was full of satisfaction for that teacher. So in this lesson, it just goes to show, it just goes to teach us the value of education. There are so many discriminations have been raised up when it comes to women folk. How they are being downcast, how their thoughts are being pressed down, and how they are suffered. All these things are very minutely reflected in this very text. And ultimately, how Bholi, this very character, raised up from nothing to everything, at the later part we also came across. So the importance of education and enlightenment is obvious. It is a way to getting awakened. In this chapter, we can be asked to write the character of Bholi, and the very first and foremost question is, write down how Bholi was transformed from dumb girl to a brave girl, like this. So I hope I could able to make you understand So subscribe to my channel, like the video and give comments in the comment sections. Thank you so much for your time.